I wanted to go through some examples of some ordinal variables, and I wanted to make a few points while I'm going through them. When you see an example like grade level, you might think that an ordinal variable has to be something where a person starts at the first category and then moves up one category at a time, because, well, a person has to be a freshman before they can become a sophomore, and a person has to be a sophomore before they can become a junior. But even though that's true in this example, not every ordinal variable is like that. Not every ordinal variable is a series of categories where a person has to move up one category at a time. For example, a person could win a gold medal without ever having won a silver or a bronze first. A person could jump straight to winning a gold medal, or a person could win a silver medal without ever having won a bronze medal first. So a person could start here, or a person could start here. They don't have to start at the lowest category and then move up one category at a time. What's another example? These are donation categories. Sometimes when people are donating, they'll put people into categories where the people who donated the lowest amount will be in one group, and people who donated more will be in a higher group, and people who donated even more will be in an even higher group. So maybe a library will say that anyone who donated less than $100 is a patron. Anyone who donated between 1 and 200 is a friend of the library, and anyone who donated more than 200 is a supporter of the library. A person, in this case, wouldn't have to be a patron first. I mean, a person wouldn't have to start as a patron and then move up to a friend and then move up to a supporter. A person could donate $250 and become a friend right away, or a person could donate $400 and become a supporter right away. Just like how, in my other example, a person doesn't have to win a bronze first and then win a silver and then win a gold. A person could win a silver medal first or win a gold medal first. So it's not necessarily a series of categories where a person has to start at the bottom and then move up one category at a time. Also, sometimes or often an ordinal variable is based on a quantitative variable. And I'll give you an example of what I mean. You can take a quantitative variable and actually change it into an ordinal variable. So the variable of age in years is a quantitative variable because you have numbers like 16, 17, or 18 years old. But if instead of thinking about age in years, I think about age as being age categories, then in that case, age turns into the ordinal variable of age group. So even though age in years is quantitative, age group with these types of categories is ordinal. And the variable of age becomes ordinal once I create these categories, like these categories we have here. If you think about earthquake severity, or how severe an earthquake is, as being a number on the Richter scale, then it's a quantitative variable. But if instead of thinking about it as a number, you think about earthquake categories like mild, moderate, or severe, then earthquake severity isn't quantitative anymore because it's no longer has numbers. It now has categories, so it becomes an ordinal variable. Also, if a variable is ordinal, it doesn't mean that higher categories are necessarily better than lower categories. For example, you might say that it's better to win a gold medal than to win a silver medal, but a severe earthquake isn't better than a moderate earthquake. So sometimes with some examples, higher categories are actually worse than lower categories. And in some examples, higher categories aren't really better or worse than lower categories. For example, when you think about child, adolescent, and adult, none of these categories are really better than other categories. None of these three categories are really better than any other categories. It's not better to be an adult than to be an adolescent. It's not better to be a child than to be an adolescent. So I think that covers the points that I wanted to make about ordinal variables.